I've never understood why people overload tractors and then force them to climb slopes, even when they know how dangerous it is. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. The wheels kept spinning, and the machines kept sinking deeper into their own effort. Sometimes the harder you fight without thinking, the worse it gets. This needed a different kind of strength, the kind that knows when to stop and call in the right help. There's a moment behind every wheel where confidence and capability have to match. When they don't, the machine stops being something you control and starts being something that controls you. That gap between the two is where accidents are born. Someone hit this tractor so hard that the entire front half separated and landed nearly 10 feet away. Two legends, one chain, zero mercy. John Deere and Ultra locked into each other with everything on the line and a crowd that already picked a side. The ground is set, the engines are ready. Now, it's just a matter of who wants it more. While towing the tractor, they completely ripped off the front end. Very bad handling. That impact wasn't a mistake, and everyone watching understood it immediately. Russia has its own relationship with heavy machinery, and finesse isn't always part of the conversation. Because of extreme overloading, the right rear wheel snapped. People overload to save fuel trips and end up damaging their own machine. There's a version of this job that doesn't risk lives on brutal inclines with overloaded machines. It exists, it works, and every time someone attempts this slope the hard way, that better version becomes a little more obvious to everyone watching. One tractor sinks deep into the mud. Another rushes in without fear, but the ground pulls them both down. Because sometimes even the hero needs someone to save him. That's when one crane showed up and changed everything. Yeah.
tahu sampai semua ternyata dapat jual. Dapat itu.
Deep in sand with no easy answer, the team stood there weighing every option because one wrong choice meant starting over completely. Two tractors moved in slow and deliberate, and the sand eventually ran out of patience before they did. Plow the field all morning and drop a fishing line on the way back home. Nobody said farming had to be all sacrifice and no reward. Sometimes the best engineering is the kind that gives you your evenings back. What stands in front of you at a tractor show isn't just metal and horsepower. It's years of obsession, sleepless nights, and a passion that money alone can never buy. You don't just see it, you feel it standing there. The 7,840 went in confident, and the mud made its decision immediately. Now every eye shifts to the 5,640, because the real question isn't whether it's strong enough, it's whether it's wise enough to avoid becoming the next victim of the same ground. The wheels found nothing to grip, and the ground just laughed. Some battles you walk into alone and quickly realize you shouldn't have. Calling for help isn't weakness. It's knowing when the fight is bigger than one machine.
Aí, ó, aconteceu com a estrada aqui, ó. Ó, uma filmando esse tempo.
Three of the most powerful names in the field chained up to one impossible job. This wasn't about brand anymore. This was about whether combined strength could beat what the Earth was refusing to release. It took everything, but they brought it home.
No caminhão agora aí, ó. Olha lá os tratores lá. Não tá cheio de leite. Olha aí. Olha lá, ó. Aí. Aí, ó. Olha os tratores, ó. Caminhão.
That hillside doesn't care how experienced you think you are. One miscalculation and there's nothing between you and the bottom. The operators who survive terrain like this aren't the bravest ones. They're the ones who never stopped learning before they got there.